One of the reasons we come together on Wednesday night is just to kind of re-energize ourselves, and I appreciate that aspect of a Wednesday night service. And one of the things that I'd like to encourage us not to do is just don't give up, because that's easy to do. In the auditorium class with Christians in the workplace, one of the goals in that class is to set Christ-like examples to those that are around us. And if we're giving up, we're not setting that example that we need to set. I sat behind a person in church for years, and after a class on personal work, this individual turned around to me and he said, "I'm done starting conversations about spiritual things." And I was like, "So you're giving up?" And he said, "It never ends well. I'm happy to give an account of the hope that's within me, but I'm done starting the conversations." And essentially what this person had done is he had taken the sword and turned it sideways and was using it as a shield. He wasn't taking the educated, calculated jabs that we're required to use that sword for. So in reality, this person had given up. And so I leave that discussion to move to a different discussion. And it's something that I heard from an individual here when we attended here years ago, and it was something Terry Walker had said. And I recently talked to him about that and asked, can I share part of that conversation with the congregation, because I held on to some of those words, and they've meant a lot to me in my life. And it was a conversation about the Houston Rockets and Gene Peterson. And Gene Peterson was a well-known play-by-play announcer for the Rockets. And in this conversation that I was part of with Terry and some other people, Terry said, when Gene Peterson calls the play-by-play on a game, he goes, "For a few hours every week I can see. He does such a good job of describing what's going on the court that he could see as good as you and me." And I hung on to that because there's such a spiritual connotation to that. When we go out into the world, even if it's just for a few hours and we interact with people, we should be living our lives in such a way that for those few hours, those people can see. They may not know what they're seeing because sometimes the darkness doesn't comprehend the light, but they should at least be given the opportunity to see. And if we give up, we can't make those opportunities happen. So my message to you is don't give up. We always want to make an opportunity for those that need to get in the battle, need to get in the fight, to put on Christ and be baptized. So we want to make that invitation accessible. And also, if you need the prayers of the church, we're going to give you that opportunity to make that known as well. So if we can help you with any of your spiritual needs, please come as we stand and sing.